Aloha family, everybody feeling good? The time is 4:30. It's a beautiful little screensaver. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their day. Today's Thursday. Like I said, this is the last week for everything to be normal. But even then, something kind of happened with the YouTube talking about the 8,000 valid watch hours and all that good stuff. So hopefully in return that gets rid of a lot of AI slop and a lot of people making easy content. So even if you are doing easy content, you still got to work for it. Cause I just seen the homie, his name is Heck Speaks. He's running the YouTube shorts up like crazy, and he showed us how he does it. And all he is doing is just finessing. He's making reactions, which is mediocre content. But what's even worse is he's using AI to pick out the titles, so he can't really fail. With that. So I respect it. He's running up a bag off that. But once again, people like him are why they're making people work 20 million valid watch hours, because people doing simple, easy content for money, and not for the love of the game of creativity. But I understand though, because I need money too. But I'm not dishonorable, or I'm not. I was gonna say I'm not too pressed, but I'm pretty pressed. As y'all can see, I'm making all these videos. But like I said, I'm only doing this for video games, books, clothes, and for a couple dollars. Like they're doing this to sustain a, well, I guess I'm sustaining a lifestyle, but I'm not really trying to make this a career. I just wanted to do this for about a few months to a year. So I kind of just wanted to get all these videos out, of information and all that. So we're going to keep it going. We just worked on the 12 universal laws, or the 12 laws of the universe, as well as the 7 core principles. So this is going to be the next one, which is called the 12 laws of karma. So what is karma? I'm glad you asked. Karma is an ancient spiritual concept from the Indian religions such as I was going to say these are all Indian religions, but it kind of is. So from Indian religions such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. And this is a mental framework, well, a framework in general. Y'all can search up what a framework is. A framework for moral living and spiritual liberation, known as moksha or moksha. So how to spell moksha? That's Muksha, moksha. So once again, that's from the Indian religions. So that's moksha. Once again, karma, Karma. Karma is an ancient spiritual concept from Indian religions, meaning action or deed. It operates as a natural law of cause and effect. Your intentions, words, and physical actions shape your future experiences, character, and eventual rebirth. So we do something called reincarnation. Like if you didn't work out all your karmas and your karmic debts, is what I will get into now. But it's a possibility that everybody doesn't go to heaven. So y'all see why I be looking up now. If people just be around. So that's called reincarnation. If you have to keep coming back to Earth to learn your lessons, aka karmic debt, or to elevate. Because you could have been in a past life, is what it's called, past lives. You possibly could have been somebody who's special ed, somebody who's born disabled, like without an arm and all that type of stuff, or with cancers. Some people die as kids and all that. So if you want to know why kids are perishing, unfortunately, that is because a karmic debt possibly. So then they end up reincarnating as another elevated human, such as myself, with no diseases, a decent IQ. I guess I didn't take an IQ test, but it's decent. I'm able to learn and all that stuff. So, some people have like symptoms. People are allergic to foods and all that stuff. I'm not allergic to none of that. So, once again, karma is an ancient spiritual concept from Indian religions meaning action or deed. It operates as a natural law of cause and effect. Your intentions, words, and physical actions shape your future experiences, character, and eventual rebirth. But if you do good this time, you won't reincarnate. You'll go to another plane of existence with the ascended masters, such as Jesus Christ, possibly Hermes Trismegistus, Saint Germain, and all those people. So, but that's only if you do all your karma debts and all that, karmic debts. So, eventual rebirth. Good deeds bring positive results, while harmful deeds lead to negative consequences. So, and once again, these are all in the religions of Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. And it's a framework for moral living and spiritual liberation. So, once again, that's spiritual liberation. And in the Hindu cultures, they call it moksha, which is spiritual liberation. Y'all can search that up. As well as the 7 chakras in our body, the chakra system. So that's karma. Now we're going to karmic debt, which is KARMIC, karmic debt, DEBT, debt. Karmic debt is a spiritual concept meaning you carry unresolved energy, mistakes, and or unlearned lessons from past actions and lives. These negative patterns repeat in your life and you must face them to balance your spiritual ledger. And once again, you can search up ledger. So 3 ways you could do this is by learn the lesson by spotting the repeating cycles and change your choices. So that's including your emotions and how you handle situations. So that's learn lessons, spot the repeating cycles, and change your choices. That's how you can clear your karmic debt. Number 2 is practice self-awareness. Notice your triggers and stop old habits. Number 3, do good deeds. Help others and act with kindness to balance past harm. So, let's get into the 12 laws of karma. So, number 1 is the great law. Whatever we put into the universe will come back to us. Number 2 is the law of humility, which is HUMILITY, humility. One must accept something in order to change it. Number 3, the law of responsibility. That's RESPONSIBILITY, responsibility. We must take responsibility for what is in our lives. Number 4, the law of focus. We cannot think of 2 different things at the same time. 5, the law of here and now. We cannot be present if we are looking backwards. Number 6 is the law of patience and reward. The most valuable rewards require persistence. Number 7, the law of creation. Life does not happen by itself. We need to make it happen. Number 8 is the law of growth. When we change ourselves, our lives change too. Number 9, the law of connection. The past, present, and future are all connected. Literally. So that's the law of connection. The past, present, and future are all connected. Number 10 is the law of giving and hospitality. Hospitality is Hospitality. Hospitality. 10. The law of giving and hospitality. Our behavior should match our thoughts and actions, as well as intentions. Number 11 is the law of change. History repeats itself until we learn from it and change our path. So that was the law of change. History repeats itself until we learn from it and change our path. Number 12, the law of significance and inspiration. The law of significance and inspiration. Rewards are a result of the energy and effort we put into. Rewards are a result of the energy and effort we put into. So I'm going to say it one more time. That's the great law, the law of humility, the law of responsibility, the law of focus, the law of here and now, the law of patience, the law of creation, the law of growth, the law of connection, the law of giving and hospitality, the law of giving and hospitality. Number 11 is the law of change, and number 12 is the law of significance and inspiration. All right, let's keep it moving. So that was all 12, and now we're going to get into it even deeper. So if karma is the past actions, bad choices or harm done in past lives or earlier in life create this debt. So these are the ways to see your karmic debts. So that's Karmic, karmic debt. You could Google that to go in deeper. So once again, that's past actions, bad choices or harm done in past lives or earlier in life create this debt. So we all have this as humans, and it's our duty to figure it out by doing things such as the 8 hours of shadow work and, being around other people, because they'll test you spiritually. So number 2 is repeated cycles. Life brings the same hard situations, toxic ties, or money troubles back to you. So that's karmic debt. Like, it'll keep repeating. Like all the hard situations, the toxic ties, like your significant others. Like if they are like crappy people and you let it slide, they'll keep coming back into your life until they eventually, do harm to you, like on a physical level. And some people have to learn like that, because some people only learn by physical, That's why some people get whooped. Well, that's why some kids get spankings, and some you could just yell at or talk to. I was a kid that had to get like spankings and all that type of shit. So I can't say I recommend it, but it also doesn't work at the same time, because even though I got spankings, I was still a bad kid, but not bad, but like a rebel and having fun and all that. Free. So that's the repeated cycles. Life brings the same hard situations, toxic ties, or money troubles back to you. So for example, if you're not good with your money, you'll keep losing it. You'll keep going broke because you can't figure out what karmic debt is affecting your money. So, number 3 is it's not punishment, it is a tool for growth, not a curse. So, this karmic debt is really just to help you out because a lot of people they don't have this awareness of karmic debt because once again, that's not in the Bible. They have a way of saying it in the Bible, but it's not like in your face like how I'm doing right now. That's why it's important to learn other religions. I'm not saying you have to worship the entities, but you should study other religions because those entities they fell short. So, once again, karmic debt is not a punishment; it is a tool for growth, not a curse. This one, the next two, the last two, it's kind of pseudoscience, but there is truth to it. Because just like how I ended my last video at 111, and that was completely on accident. I'm sure I'm sure some people know about numerology. So if you have karmic debt, you can do numerology connections. So you can search that up, karmic debt numerology connection. So specific numbers like 13, 14, 16, and 19 show specific karmic debts in our birth chart. So if you want to know what a birth chart is, I'm glad you asked. Is a birth chart, or they call it a natal chart. Natal as in natal, natal chart. So that's a birth chart or a natal chart. A natal chart is a map of where the stars, the sun, the moon, and planets were in the sky at the exact time and place you were born. So there's literally truth to that. They call it astrology. Now I don't really do astrology because the Bible says don't do that. But a lot of Christians still know about Capricorn, Sagittarius, Libras. I forgot the rest of them, but it's 12 of them. But if you really wanna check that stuff out, you can. But I don't recommend it unless you're ready and really want to see that stuff. Because once you learn it, you can't unlearn it. Because I looked at a little bit of stuff, and my birthday is November 22nd. So I forgot what time I was born. I see my birth certificate and all that, but I'm not going over there to see it. But what was I saying? My birthday is November 22nd, and I forgot what I am. Maybe I'm like right in the middle of like a Sagittarius or a whatever. Y'all could check that out if y'all want. My birth chart, November 22nd. But I looked at a little bit of stuff, and they said we have traits. We have traits that we're born with, such as I seen that in my astrology thing. It said that I was lazy, I procrastinate, and some other stuff, and that's the truth. So it turns out it's not just me being like, it's not me purposely being lazy. That's literally I guess you can call it a karmic debt that I have to get out of. But it's like a physical thing. Like I physically feel lazy. I physically procrastinate. But we also have good traits too. Intuition and all that type of stuff. So that's your birth chart, natal chart. Y'all can search it up. It looks so trippy. It's a wheel. It has the 12 signs, like the names, and they have the 12, like these animals and other types of beings and symbols. So like I said, we're about to go in right now. So like I said, I'm a Black Pill influencer. I'm here to tell y'all about all this stuff, and y'all can search it up yourselves. I'm not gonna, like I said, I can't go in 100% because I don't want to force it on y'all, as well as show y'all pictures and all that type of stuff. So like I said, these are cognitive hazards. Once you learn them, you can't unlearn them, and then you may become spiritual. You not may become spiritual. You will become spiritual, whether you like it or not. So That's the numerology connection. Numbers like 13, 14, 16, and 19 show specific karmic debts in a birth chart. But they also have numbers like 111, which I showed, 444. I'll even go even evil. I'll go evil and say 666. They have 777. They have 1111, 1010, 999. You know, 21, 21, 12, 12. You know, stuff like that. But like I said, we can't really prove it 100%. But once you're so spiritual, you can literally see it in your daily life, like not on purpose. Like it's just you would just like I have a microwave clock. Like when I pass it, sometimes I just randomly see 444 or 333. You know. And to show that I'm valid, y'all can leave it in the comments saying that y'all see this stuff too, because it's not a what you would call a placebo. Y'all can Google that, a placebo. That's placebo, I believe. Placebo. So next is, like I said, the birth chart, natal chart, which is NATAL, natal chart, is a map of where the stars, the sun, the moon, and planets were in the sky at the exact time and place you were born. Astrologers use this wheel-shaped map to explain your personality. So while I'm talking, y'all could probably get on your laptop or something, and y'all could, search up the natal chart. It's going to be a wheel-looking thing. It's going to be a circle, but it has like astrology signs and these numbers with like lines on it and all that. Just search up natal chart. It's going to be the first thing that pops up. So, and it will show if you type in your birthday and the time you were born and all that good stuff. Your rising sign, your sun sign, all that stuff. So like I said, I can't fully go in because that's a cognitive hazard, as well as it's already 22 minutes in. So, and we're pretty much, I don't even think I said it's, yes I did. I was about to say I didn't even show the 12 laws of karma. So, which I'll go over one more time after this. So, once again, birth chart, natal chart is a map of where the stars, the sun, the moon, and planets were in the sky at the exact time and place you were born. Astrologers use this wheel-shaped map to explain your personality, feelings, and path in life, literally. Now, you can go off the path, then whatever happens, but, it literally tells you what it is. And the Bible is against this stuff because, once you learn this stuff, you can't unlearn it. And a lot of people aren't ready for this information. And unfortunately, I believe the Bible and all that, Christianity is here to oppress us, to make sure that we don't elevate past Jesus Christ. So, which is why they say don't do witchcraft, don't do astrology and all that, which I still don't do, because I'm a Christian per se. But I follow all religions, so that may be, I forgot the word. It may be, because it's not Gnostic. It's somewhat that, but that's like something different. But I'm that too, I'm all those religions. I'm everything, every single religion. And once again, I'm a Black Pill influencer. I definitely recommend y'all look at every single religion, unless you're not ready, But once again, you should start out as a Christian first, and then go forward. You should spend a few years in the church and then move along. Because even Christianity will hold you back, your church and all that. So, once again, that's astrologers use this wheel-shaped map to explain your personality, feelings, and path in life. So maybe I was talking about the personality. Like, that's a personality trait of mine of being lazy, procrastinating. And I try to get past it, but, it's like I can literally feel it. You know what I mean? I can feel the laziness. It feels like a weight. So even if I exercise and everything, I still have that laziness. But that's the wheel-shaped map to explain your personality, feelings, and path in life. So I didn't search up the feelings and the path in life yet, because we're not supposed to. So the wheel, a round map split into 12 sections called houses. Each house rules a part of your life. So you can search this up on your own. I'm not going to get into it. A round map split into 12 sections called houses. Each house rules a part of life. The signs, the 12 zodiac signs, Zodiac, zodiac signs. The 12 zodiac signs that sit on the outer edge of the wheel. And you'll see it. You'll see like something called a Taurus. You'll see something called a Septar, I think. Centaur. That's like the half man, half horse. Well, the body of a horse. Like they have the upper body, but then they have a horse body. A horse lower body. So that's the 12 zodiac signs that sit on the outer edge of the wheel. They show the style, mood of your character traits, which is what I said, the laziness, procrastination, possibly anger, all that type of stuff. So that's why you should learn your emotions from that other thing that I showed y'all, the list of all emotions, and doing the 8 hours of shadow work, doing the morning routine, your stretching, etc., etc. So lastly, they show the style, mood of your character traits, the planets placed inside the wheel to show core drives and energies. I'm not going to explain that part. So, and I was also saying how I was going to take y'all to space and show y'all all the planets. I'm going to show y'all Earth. I forgot what it is in its whatever. I think it's 8 planets. It's Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus. Did I say Saturn? So I don't know if it's 7 or 8. They used to say Pluto, but I don't think they say that anymore. But I believe that it's still a planet or something. It's still there. You know what I mean? So if you look at those planets, I said I was going to say a lot about it, but I'll just say this. The planets is associated with us. Like, it's a possibility that we came from those planets, Saturn and Neptune and all that. Because even though we can't see those beings, they still may possibly be there. Like, I feel connected to the planet Saturn. Like, I have, like, if you saw on my computer, I had I don't even know where I put that laptop. Here. So I kind of was I feel connected to Saturn, and I have the compass, north, south, east, and west. And I wrote "Destroy the Merchandise" because a long time ago, like Off-White had this shoe called the Jordan 1, and they had a whole they had about 7 series of Nike products, and they wrote like in quotes, it would say like Off-White, it would say their name or something like that. So, and here's the fucking, like I said, I cracked my shit. But if you look right here, it's getting heavy. So if you look right here, it's kind of faded, but right in that middle piece, if you look right in this middle piece, I drew a small picture of Saturn. And my drawing is like Saturn 1997. I put November 1997. And then funny enough, my cousin, he's like a wannabe DJ. His name is Neptune. So I didn't get it from him, but it's just funny that his is Neptune, I'm Saturn. That's kind of silly. But it's just, we just call ourselves that for the fuck of it. But I don't know if he was the planet Neptune or the water god Neptune. Because they also have a god of water, and it's called Poseidon. So, and shout out to the homie Ice Poseidon. He's one of the founding fathers of IRL streaming. Y'all could check him out. But he's a goblin like me, all crazy. I mean, he cuts his hair and all that type of stuff, and he showers sometimes, but Okay, so that was pretty much everything. I finished that right at 30. So hopefully the video doesn't cut off. But I'll say the 12 laws of karma one more time, and I'll say what karma is and what karmic debt is. So at 30, let's do it. 12 laws of karma. The great law, the law of humility, the law of responsibility, the law of focus, the law of here and now, the law of patience and reward, the law of creation, the law of growth, the law of connection, the law of giving and hospitality, the law of change, and lastly, number 12 is the law of significance and inspiration. The law of significance and inspiration. So I'll say what the definitions are one more time. Karma is an ancient spiritual concept from the Indian religions such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. I'm trying to think if Buddhism is Indian. I believe it is, but I don't want to be disrespectful. Oh, let me show y'all this real quick. Shout out the homie Buddha. I can show y'all this. So see, I was talking about the PRPs have the angel. I have this one with the Buddha, but they claim this isn't the real Buddha. But this is who we know as the main person. And I'm glad they kind of brought the symbol back, because I have a pair of trues that don't have the symbol, but it still costs, like, these jeans cost $300 a piece. Like, dead ass, not on sale. It's 300, you know? And then I have some other jeans that cost me about 500, and that sounds insane, but it's the truth though. So these are the, like, look how they took off the True Religion sign. It just says True Religion. So these jeans in itself was $270 plus tax. Like that wasn't including tax, so it still adds up to about 300. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I believe a lot of these clothes are really spiritual. I showed y'all my Robin jeans in my video titled "The Spiritual Importance of Dance." So I was dancing in my Robins with the Indian head on the pocket. So, oh, also even in the latest video of me showing the difference between being dirty and being black pill, you know, because I know y'all probably see me as like scruffy and all that stuff. I really don't even have a beard. It just grew. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna cut my beard after this, so y'all can see my face. A lot of people like seeing a clean face, you know, even without the mustache. A lot of people like that stuff, but you have to keep yourself like clean and everything. So we're gonna go from there. Fuck. And it just went off. 4 gigabytes maximum file size. All right, man. All right. See, I don't like being limited like that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's gonna delay. So this video was the 12 laws of karma, and we're gonna keep it moving. The next video is gonna be how to raise your vibration. Like, remember how we just talking about vibration? I'm gonna show y'all how to. Well, I'm gonna just say a little list of how to raise your vibration easily. So, love y'all. We're gonna keep it moving. Like, I can't believe it's 5 o'clock. It's 5:02. Remember my last video? It was 1:11. So, and it took a whole hour just to download those videos. Like, I had to put the editor and all that stuff. I had to match the videos up. Like I said, that's the only editing I do. I don't, as y'all can see, I don't, pause the video and then y'all don't see any cuts or nothing like that. Like I said, I'm probably the last Black Pill channel on YouTube, you know, well, that's allowed to be on there. You know what I mean? Because I can't even imagine, you know. I was about to say some crazy stuff, but a lot of people get banned. Like, a lot of people in foreign countries, they showing, like, I'm pretty sure in Iran right now, there's probably a YouTuber probably showing them getting bombed on and all that stuff, but that probably goes against terms of services, so we can't see I hate to call it cool stuff, but the reality. Cause I was on the internet when it was jumping, like when when they didn't know all the stuff was going on. We seen stuff like Live Leak and all that, which I won't speak on. I know a lot of us miss those sites though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, RP to all them people, but that's real. We should be able to. We should be able to see things like that. We should be able to have websites where we can go look at people. I know that sounds crazy, but it's like it's showing you reality. You know. So, but they shouldn't be for profit. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's for profit, see how I'm doing YouTube videos. It will be a crazy motherfucker who would Remember I was talking about in the previous video, I accidentally misspoke and said red rooms and snuff films and all that type of stuff. If y'all look at a game on PlayStation 2 called Manhunt, they really go in. Shout out Rockstar. They say, like I said, a Rockstar, they was really dropping hits, man. They made games Bully, Manhunt, L.A. Noire, the first Red Dead Redemption. Totally different from Red Dead Redemption 2. So if you didn't play Red Dead Redemption 1, not the one before that, not the one that was on PlayStation 2. I'm talking about the one that was on Xbox 360. Because they did have another one like Red Dead Outlaws or something like that. I never really played that. But once again, in a previous video, I used to go to my friends' houses and we used to play all these video games. They had that Red Dead. And they had, I don't remember if that was a game or a show. It may have been a show or both. The Celebrity Deathmatch, all those type of stuff, and backyard wrestling and all that type of stuff. So if you look on Twitter, I've retweeted a lot of that stuff. Like I said, I can't access my Twitter right now for some reason because people playing on my phone and all that, and I don't really have time to customer service and all that bullshit. But I noticed I'm able to get on it through desktop version, so I'm really crack down on my Twitter. And once again, I'm gonna have to write all that stuff down because just making these videos, it literally took me all day. As y'all can see, it's already 5 o'clock, and I started at, because my first video I did today was the life skills you should teach your kids. That, like I said, that was at 12 o'clock, 12ish, and that took about 22 minutes. And then my next video was an hour and 11 minutes, and now this is 37 minutes. So we're really cranking out the hits. And then I'm about to make another video titled How to Raise Your Vibration, which is here we go, right here, right on that bottom part, how to raise your vibration. Oh, also, I was gonna say, I meant to show y'all my veggie lunch, but I had to charge my phone because remember I showed y'all it was only 1%, which is another number thing, karma. That's not a karma thing, but the karmic, that number, the numerology connections, my phone was on 1%, and the time that it ended was 111, and it just, if y'all see, it was just 3838. So you got to really be tapped in with everything. That's why I recommend accelerationism and all that stuff. So yep, so the next video is going to be how to raise your vibration. As a matter of fact, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do a separate video because I don't want to put two titles in one. So this was the 12 laws of karma. All right, we knocking out the hits, man. 507. My phone is on 33%, and we going from there.